I'm saying sorry.
I know. You didn't tell me.
I was putting the you were having the summer countdown on before that.
Yes, I know. Where is the summer countdown?
It's not playing. It should have come on
I was just about to say to Simon, no, you do things differently to India, because they put the summer countdown on and then the digits. So, and then I was waiting for, I saw the countdown 30 down, and then I thought, well, then the video is going to come on, and it didn't. What happened then, Simon?
It didn't play.
Right, oh, okay then. Right, well anyway, we'll give you a little bit more time, because the reason we do that countdown thing is, and the little video, it gives you more time to get together and start saying hello. Right, I can't say comments at the moment because I'm on comments tonight, but I do want to introduce the lovely Lee Carroll. He's back in the kitchen, and he's going to be a popular guest. I've booked him in quite a few times because you know, I did sunflowers with the Flower Pro, and you know, winging it the way I do. Well, Lee was watching, I think you was watching that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How it come about, and he thought, you know what, I'll show you how to do it properly. So so we're going to go through his whole collection of Flower Pro. So I've booked him up. I've even booked him in for a demonstration day. So he's coming in, is it the 11th of September? So George Gobbold will be on in the morning, and Lee will be in the afternoon. Okay, so you'll all be excited to see him. You're going to bring hubby as well?
Yes, of course.
Oh, so you meet Nigel as well. Hi, Nigel. He's the quiet one. So you'll have a great time if you're on that demonstration day on the 11th. And we've booked Lee right all the way up till December. So I think the last date is the 16th of December. He's actually in. So he'll have lots of things to tell you about tonight. I did a live this morning, and I do realise I was away with the fairies. I'm actually really very tired. Simon's looking at me there. I'm actually really tired. It didn't help that John went to Ireland, and not only did I get left with my own jobs, I had the dogs to look after, I had things going on here at the house, things going on at the warehouse, and I think yesterday I just like developed brain freeze, and it continued on till this morning. Anyhow, I'm not sure whether I've made a muck up of my Ganache kits or whether they're going to be okay, but Lee is going to show you something first, and then he's going to give me the opportunity to get them out of the fridge, undo them, and then we're going to, sorry, out of the freezer, undo them, then we're going to put them back in the freezer, and we're going to come back on Thursday night and decorate them. Everything that Lee is using tonight is on the website, so sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. As you come down, if you're going on a computer, laptop, just scroll along to FB Live wish list. It's in there. Now, if I run out of stock, just say I'm actually taking orders tonight for the Katy Sue Flower Pro. So if I am out of stock or something sells out of stock quickly, just shout your name up and say, Carol, order me, and then tell me what you want, and I'll place my order tomorrow, and it'll be in on Wednesday, and I can add it to any basket. So if you're doing a basket of goodies, just put click and collect. I'll add it to that. I'll actually call you, put it in on the website, and then you can add it to your basket. We've also got the clearance box going, so the clearance cupboard going. So I have filled it up with loads and loads of goodies. Go over and have a look at it. Grab yourself a bargain. Okay, most things we are overstocked. Some things we do want to discontinue. Some things are best before dates. So go over there and have a look. Grab yourself a bargain. Throw those in the basket as well while you can, while stocks last. All right. So I'm going to hand you over to Lee, and have a great night.
Okay,
Come on then.
thank you. Good evening, everybody. So tonight, Carol's asked me if we can do candle lilies and tiger lilies. So they're all done with Katy Sue molds, as I've said to you before. The candle lily one is this one. It's two molds that come. Let's take that out of the way. That's better, like that. So you get the two molds. Yeah. I think this one's about $19.99 or something like that, I think. And then the tiger lily ones we're going to be doing afterwards when Carol's revealed the cakes. They also come with quite a few things with them. So the buds, that's the one for the buds. Is that okay, Simon? Yeah. You do your buds here, you do these in halves, so you'll do half of one, let it dry, and then obviously do the next half, so it makes a full bud. And there's 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. And then the lilies, this comes in with the centre. Now don't ask me to pronounce the name of this centre, I think it's called a speckle or something like that. And then you've got the buds, 2 different kinds. You've got the tea buds and the small buds. the petals and the leaves, and this is the back veiner that comes with this one for the back of the petals and the leaves. We'll show you as we go on how to use those anyway. So quite a good setup, this one. Again, I think this comes as a pair like that, and that is $19.99, and I think this is slightly cheaper, the bud one. But Carol's got all these on the website, I'm correct in saying.
Yeah,
yes.
I've got them all. And I'm just going to show you something. Just let me get onto the live a minute, because I'm always impressed when Lee comes in the kitchen. Because he is the most organised man. Even John popped in before and went, "You're right, Carol, he is most organised." So just let me get the camera here. So Sam, I'm just going to jump on this camera.
Yep, show you.
So look at this for organisation, I tell you, look. So he has it all there. Look, everything's all ready. There he is. Whoops, there we go. There we go. There he is there.
Right.
And then, look, here we go. So a little cup of tea ready. Everything. Look, all organised. So all his colours out. And that's Nigel. Isn't he a handsome chap? And then everything. Look, I just love it. All the brushes there, all the dust. And, yeah, there you go. Oh, look at those, look at those, that's what you're going to make today.
Yep.
And then I am going to put you back over here now, back onto Lee, and then I am going to get on comments. Now I've just mugged up Simon's camera, so Simon, where do you want me to be?
Not looking at the brushes.
No.
Okay, looking at that, is that
That's
what you want
great,
to be?
yeah.
Right, great. So I'll get
Okay.
on comments.
There we can do we're about there, aren't we, Simon? We're
That's
trying to
a massive cake,
get
that,
this one here. That's it, yep. Okay, this is what we're going to do first off, the Candy Lily. This is the medium one. They come in 7 sizes, so you can do them whichever size you want. Hence the reason that the mould is so big. So this is the first one. Doesn't take long to do, actually. Carol wanted that one, she struggled with it for some reason.
Struggle with them all.
I don't suppose you can do them in buttercream, can you?
Pardon?
I don't suppose you can do them in
No,
buttercream.
well, we've had a good go at it.
Yeah. Okay then, so first off we need an 18 gauge wire. The wires come in 14 inches, so if we cut them in half, normally it's big enough, so we've cut one already in half, ready. So we've got that there. And we need a number 6, I think this is. This is the size guide. This is again Katy Sue, comes in a pack. The size guide, flexible size guide for you. Oh, I turned it the wrong way, sorry.
Yeah.
Down towards me a bit, there you go. Flexible size guide, and you also get this little nifty little tool and this little flexi, sort of like a credit card type of thing for using on some of the things. So these all come to Katy Sue. I think this one's about $9.99 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, but you'll be able to find them on the website anyway. So we get the yellow, so we're doing the centre first. It's a number 7, so 3/4 of the way in, sorry, 2/3 in, 1/3 out over the side is what we do. Okay, and then we just need to, everything's slightly warmer than usual today, so the Trex is looking a bit like water, but we need to just condition it slightly. Okay, roll it into a bowl and then form it into a sausage. And that sausage needs to be, for this particular one, medium, 4.5 centimetres. So if you use your size guide, I mean I've got a stainless steel ruler as well that I use, but your size guide's quite good. It's got the tape measure, it's got inches and centimetres on, and all the sizes for you. So if you just roll that in and just get it to 4.5 centimetres roughly. Yep, 4.5 centimetres there for that. Take that off, and then with your edible glue, which is losing its thing as well, just wet the end of your wire and slowly take this 18-inch gauge, this is, by the way, don't know if I remember saying that, up the centre of that, bring it down, just make sure it's still, it's lost half a centimetre there, so we just bring it down slightly.
I'm just laughing at, you know, the predictive text. You might not want to read it when it says at the end of your wick.
Is that your spelling or mine, Carol?
Their spelling.
Oh. Right, and then just flatten the end there so it just tapers in onto there, and then with this mould, the bubbly mould that you get with this particular set, do this about 2/3 above. Just start there and roll it across with your fingers gently all the way. Yeah. Okay, I'll move that so you can see it a bit better. It's yellow on the green, it looks a bit better there. You can see it's all bubbly textured. And that is the centre of your candle lily done. Now you just need to let that dry. As I said to you last time, always make sure you let everything dry for 24 hours. So you would do that now for 24 hours.
You know what, how easy was that there? I was looking at them all thinking, what am I going to do with that?
Okay, so this is one I did earlier. This is, you can hear it there, it's solid as a rock. And then what we're going to do now, with a bit of piping gel and some granulated sugar, we're going to just frost it up slightly. So again, with a piping gel, just get your brush and just brush it on the bit that's just your bubble. Don't do it on the bottom bit where you've missed it. Don't bother with that. Just go over all the bubbly bits like that. I'll just place that on there. Just put this out of the way. Why the lids never go back on right when you want them to, eh? There we go. And then just roll that in your sugar. Like that. Shake off the excess, and that is the centre prepared. You see that there with the sugar on it and everything. All prepared, ready for the centre of your candle lily. Okay.
That looks fantastic.
Just move that out of the way. Now, Katy Sue do a book for all these. This is for this particular set. It's volume 2. Okay, and it tells you all the details that you need to know. Me being dyslexic, of course, I can't read this very well, so I just sort of make up my own words and write it down. But they do a free printout for the sizes of your candle lily. So you can do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got extra large, large, medium and small, and that comes on a template, and you can get that off their website. I bought the book thinking it was with the book, and that's the only reason I bought the book, and it wasn't in there. So I had to go on the computer and get it off.
So, it's not in the book, is it?
No, it's not in the book. I thought it was in the book. So you can get that template free off their website. If you just go on there, you can look it up and see there.
To be fair, I can print it off for you. If you're ordering this mould tonight, in the order notes, just say, can you print it off, Carol, and put it in the order.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've cut them all out, as you can see, and we're going to do the medium one today. Okay. They're just a nice size. I think sometimes they're a bit over the top when they go a bit too big. If you imagine a candle lily that big, you know, it's a bit over the top, I think, you know. So we're going to go for the medium one. So with this, we just need, I'm using Sugar Flare sugar paste here. Obviously, I think Carrol sells a couple of different ones as well, don't you? You see this
different colours, yeah. And so let me just say, you've got a fabulous audience, Lee. Lots of people are really intrigued watching what you're doing. And lots of people love your setup, and they've said hi, Nigel, as well. So so they love the setup, love how organised you are. Just want to say happy birthday to Jean Andrews. It's her birthday today. So we'll do a bit of a sing-song later on.
Oh God, you want my dulcet tones?
Oh, you've got a lead.
Okay, so you just a bit of dust on there and a bit on your white. This is just plain white rolling pin. Roll it out roughly about 2 centimetres thick. You get used to these, you know how thick you can do them and everything. Okay, a bit more on there. And if you noticed on top of Carol's special boards. I've bought my cutting board so that you won't shout when you see what I'm going to do next. Okay, so we'll just place the mould on top like that and just cut round it. Don't cut your fingers as I did first time I did it. Slightly.
I've not put these knives into the wish list, and we do have some smaller boards that you can use for cutting out on as well. I've not put them in the wish list either, but if you remind me afterwards, I'll put them on. In fact, I'll do it now. Write my list down.
Okay, just put that away. Okay, so that's cut it out slightly. Now this particular one, if you notice, it's more symmetrical. It's more or less in the middle of that, where the bigger one, if you notice, goes more to one side. So you need to just remember what you're doing. That's it with that. And then with this mould, slight bit of Trex on it so it doesn't stick. Don't put a lot on because it goes a long way, this does. Put a cornflour. Put it nearer the top of this so you keep it more or less in the centre, and then just with a cosmetic sponge just press on gently, not too hard. You don't want to lose the shape.
So Donna Jaffrey says Lee is our very own UK version of Nicholas Lodge. Yes.
I've got more hair.
Yeah. Certainly have. Right, if anybody wants to buy anything regarding the Flower Pro tonight and you want to buy this mould, when you place your order, or even if I run out of stock, when you place your order, just put in the order notes, Carol, can you add the template? And I'll get them printed off and put them in with your order. If I do run out of stock, just let me know. So on this live, just shout out, Carol, can you order me this? And I will order it in tomorrow. It'll arrive Wednesday, and I'll be able to dispatch Wednesday. Well, as soon as I've called you, and I'll put it in stock with you on the telephone, and you can add it to your basket. So if you are buying sales items or other things, just select click and collect at the moment, or crack on with your order, and I'll have the other items to click and collect. We'll sort it out.
Okay, so you can just see in there.
The compliment
is
is you explain it much better.
Oh.
There's no faff with Lee, is there?
You can see the veining that's come through then. We're just pushing it on with the cosmetic sponge. Then, if we just take this, turn it the wrong way round, and with a bowling tool, just thin out 3/4 of the edge. Don't bother about the bottom half because you need that to secure it. Just thin it out slightly underneath there. And there you go, that's that. And then with your glue, just do a V like that there. So you get it down to this little ledge here at the bottom where it's, if you look at your mould, sorry, if you look at your mould there, you can see the bottom half of it there. So you just go like that, and a V. And then get your centre, place it in the centre, lift up, roll it, and then just roll it over. Now with your fingers, just squeeze the bottom together. Now it's entirely left with yourself how you want to do this. You can leave it fully closed like that, or you can open it out like that, and then just bend this piece back slightly and just hang it upside down.
Don't forget just to keep under that.
Yeah, just hang it upside down like that, and just hang it on.
Isn't that beautiful?
On your tray. Just make sure, of course, when you're hanging it on your tray, you keep it off the bottom. So This is one I did earlier.
So if you want to know what these little racks are they out of the fridge, did you say, Lee?
No, the cupboard divider. So you in your cupboard you can extend them whatever width your cupboard is.
Let me look for them afterwards and I'll find the link for them on Amazon for you. Cupboard.
Okay, so this one is the one we did earlier. Okay, it's all ready. We've got it from Wilco's as well.
Yeah. Right. Okay then.
Yeah.
Anybody's got Wilco's nearby? It might be in there.
All right there, Simon.
And I'll have a look at Amazon for you as well.
You're all right.
Yep. Okay. So there, that one's there. Now, what we're just going to do is just to dust this up, and then that's it. It's done. As
How
simple
easy
as
is
that. Yeah.
That's pretty easy, that, Lee, isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm
Yeah.
well
That's
impressed.
simple.
Are you not impressed? How great is that?
How long would that take me so far then?
Well, that would have probably taken me all day.
I think it's taken about 10 minutes, Auntie,
It
to
has
do.
taken you 10
Nicholas
minutes, yeah.
Lodge's video for it is an hour and a half.
No way.
Yeah. So this is just Sugar Flares Pearl White. It gives you that bit of a shimmer, and that's what apparently you need for this particular one.
If you're looking in the clearance box, we put lots of things in, and Sugar Flare is actually on offer as well, so go and grab yourself some bargains. They absolutely love it. Aren't they lovely? I mean, I love lilies, absolutely adore them, and especially Calla lilies, I love those. They're a very strong flower, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they seem to last for ages, don't they?
Yeah. So just try not to get on the yellow piece in the centre, but just go.
So Karen,
round.
just checking that you do need to dampen the paste to enable the sides to stick together, don't you?
Yes, yeah. You do a triangular of glue, and that gets it to stick on.
Yeah, very impressive. They all love it.
Okay, so just colour both sides with your pearl. And because I'm doing 3 different flowers tonight, I'm tipping out for stuff that I'm going to be using again, so that's why I've got it on. It's easier anyway if you use kitchen towel. It just keeps your board clean. You don't get covered in glitter like Carrol does.
Okay, rub it in. If anybody wants to order the lilies and they're not on, if they're not in stock or if they are in stock, let me know and I will order them in for you. And as long as you buy them by weekend, I'll be quite happy. Annette Lawson says she loves making them. She did them for her cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
They're lovely, aren't they?
So, once you've done that, you just, I'm using this one. Just put a drop of it. I don't need much of this out at all, really. This is lime green. You can use a very light green as well, that the Sugar Flare do. And just do tip of it. Just really just gives it a little bit. Because candelias don't have a calyx, so this sort of gives you the calyx.
Oh, that's a clever idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
And
like that
just
idea.
on the tip, like that. Okay.
I like that idea.
And then you could got the choice here. I like to use apple green because I don't think it's quite so dark. But Nicholas always suggests foliage green. But I think foliage green is just a little bit too dark and I think it discolours them too much. So I use apple green.
I've got you down for one, Louise.
And then with just your apple green, just go around the bottom. Just darken it up so it's the same colour as your wire that you've used.
So we're just checking with you. In the kit, do you get leaves with it or are the leaves separate?
The leaves, for this one,
Yeah.
you don't get any leaves with this
There's
one.
no leaves with it at all?
No, he does a separate mould for that.
Yeah.
You do separate leaves.
So it's a separate mould for the leaves. I think when you get those Calla lilies, anyhow, they're just on the stem, aren't they?
They're normally just on a stem. They do have leaves,
Yeah.
but he tends to use this one.
Yeah.
He tends to use this mould, and this is the sunflower and daisy leaves, and he uses that one to just add on. So you've got different sizes in there. So like with this particular one, you perhaps use the medium size one. If you, but like Carol says, these tend to come just on their own. you don't tend to have them. So there you go.
There's a few people saying that you make it look so easy. Margaret Banks says you make it so easy. Lorraine Pike says she can't follow Nicholas Lodge. There's quite a lot of you can't follow Nicholas. I think Nicholas is a great guy, and the idea, and Lee will agree with me this, his whole ideas on these concepts are fabulous for his moulds, but he does faff.
Yeah, and he wafts on about other things and takes you off the job that you're doing at the time.
And he brings in loads of tools that you don't need.
Yes, yeah. Certainly does.
Certainly
does. So there you go. That's the first one done.
Right,
and now we're moving over to Carol.
Right, Maureen Smith wants one. Can I get one? Michelle Shellhorn. I'll have to go through this afterwards. So Karen Naylor, if you're watching, I'm up to Michelle Shellhorn. So if anybody can carry on from there, why I come and reveal my cakes. So you're going to make these after, doesn't that look lovely? Yeah.
So just put that in the little vase so you can see what it looks like done. But what, 20 minutes and you've got that done. So imagine if you're doing them, you know, the day before, do your yellow centres, get the, if you're doing 10 or 11 of them, you can do quite a few on one cake if you wanted to, and do like a little bouquet of them. Or you can just do one or two like I did on that big cake behind and just put 3 in there. And you know, it's just quite simple. You just need to make sure you know what flowers you're going to be doing, so you can mix your colours and everything together and do the same thing.
Well, they're saying that they're actually stunners, absolutely lovely. Right, so this morning, so Lee's going to give me 5 minutes just to undo my cake, so I'm not decorating them. So this morning you sort of lost me being away with the fairies. Your screen's gone off. Oh, right. So this morning you saw.
Camera down.
Oh, right. So this morning you saw me get a little bit scatty and dizzy with my buttercream, and one buttercream I did actually seize, but I did put it in the kit just to see what it was like. So what's happened now?
We've got 2 cameras frozen now.
We've got 2 cameras frozen now. Okay then.
That's
so
working.
So we seem to be having a problem with our cameras at the moment. So he's just going to go there. So hi everybody.
Just a minute while I try and bring this back on.
Do you want to just pull it round that way? Right, will that be better?
I shall work on these. Apologies, so if you want.
So apologies though, 2 cameras have gone down, we're not quite sure. So we've got an overhead and we've got this one over here. So let me go and get the cakes anyhow, out of the freezer. I'm going to need Lee's assistance to get one out anyhow.
Okay, I'll come with it.
Oops, daisy. So there you go, take a hold.
God, gosh.
Gold. Ooh. So I wanted to get them out fresh so you could see what they were like. We're on this camera here. So if Simon goes to here, you'll see.
We're back on that one.
Oh, camera's back on. Oh, hi everybody. Right. So, pardon?
This one isn't there.
This one isn't.
I think this one caused the problem with the other one.
Right, let me just see if I can wiggle this around a little.
Okay.
Why not? Can you just grab me a gripper out of there for me?
Which one, Carol?
That cupboard under the oven there. The one under the oven. Yeah. So while that's waiting there, let's just open this one. So this is the one where I did the buttercream correctly. And thank you very much. Love that. And then I'm just going to use this Tylo tub here because this one's got a loose bottom. So we're just going to... Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? Look at that. So much easier when you do it in a loose bottom. Watch me have a fight with this one in a minute. So let's have a little peel off. There's the bottom there. Take this off. And let's see if I missed any. Oh, it's looking good this. It's like I've got it all the way down. So this went in the freezer this morning. So you saw me do this one live. This is the one that I did with the buttercream correctly. There we go. Look at that lovely flat edge. So I didn't quite get it all the buttercream on there, but let's let you have a look. So, can we see? Yeah, so look at that. Okay, so that's the one when we've done the buttercream correctly. So when I showed you this morning, lovely flat edge. Now I can't get a flat edge for the life of me. If you watch me crumb coat a cake, There's not a chance I can get a flat edge, and I can't get it this smooth either. Claire Corbett's going to be in on Wednesday night, and she's going to be using the sugar and crumb scrapers, so we'll watch her do it. But for those of us who can't do it, this is using Brigid Ganache Kit, but we've used it with the flavoured icing sugars. I don't even know which camera I'm looking at anymore. Am I looking at this one up there?
Looking at that one.
Right, okay.
I've got this back on, actually.
Right, so you know, so it's great that. So I don't know what you're saying, your feedback back. Now the only little problem I did get is I didn't clip it properly here, so let's go around the back. You might just see I've got a ledge there, little ledge, but you can get that out with a little scraper. So it's just a little ledge there, but to be fair, I don't care. And this time I haven't got many holes in it, which is brilliant. So I do get little buttercream gaps in there. Let's just see on this camera here so you can see. Might get little buttercream fingers in, but to be fair, once I put the sprinkles in, I'm not bothered about those, and they're great.
You can't really see them, though, can you?
No, they're great. So I'm going to decorate these up on Thursday, so this is going to go back in the freezer. Okay, now this one hasn't got a loose bottom, so I need to just have a bit of a fight with this with Lee, so I'll leave him to grab hold of this. So while I guess, yeah, I don't know why I ever do it in this time. I should always do it in a loose bottom one, but let's see, can you just have a little wiggle? Oh,
I think you were going a bit there.
is it going?
Yeah.
Right, hang on a minute. Might have to get Simon in on this. Oh, God! Simon, can you have a go at doing this? You're stronger than me. So this is because I didn't put it in a loose bottom, so I should have done. To be fair, we can give it about 5 minutes and it will soften up, but don't give it longer than that because you've got to take this off when it's frozen. All right. So you saw the way it came off with the loose bottom. So let's get Simon. I'm going to go here a minute. So otherwise we're getting Nigel in.
Right, what am I doing?
So try and get that off.
You're twisting and pulling.
Right. Okay.
The top, and I'm going to twist and pull the bottom.
Can you feel it?
It's not going to go.
It's not going to go. This is because we can't wait. Are they going? Oh, it's going, it's turning. Sure, it's turning.
No, I think it's just the dish.
Is it just the dish turning?
Yeah.
Right, let's just give it a minute then. So I'm going to give it a minute and wait. It's well and truly frozen, that, isn't it? So listen, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. I'm going to pop it there. And I'm going to put this one back in the freezer and I'll come back and read what your comments are. So those of you who want to know how to do this, watch this morning's live. But like I say, I was a bit scattered this morning. I was a bit all over the place. But at least we got the second one done right. Okay. This one, I'm curious because I did split the buttercream. And I'm just curious of what that might look like. So we'll have a try at that again in 5 minutes time. Yeah? Right. You're back on, Lee.
Okay.
You're knackered now.
Sweat on now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, just cleaning up a little bit here because there's a bit of
sorry.
dust. No, it's not
Somebody's
you.
over there making a mess.
It's the dust off there when you're dusting. Okay, so the next ones we're going to do, and let's get this. We're going to do the tiger lily and the buds that go with it. We've got that on the overhead, Simon, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
That's the overhead.
That way slightly, yeah, there we go. Okay, doesn't take long, this one doesn't either really. So I'm going to do in 2 colours for you. I'm going to take the orange, like this one. I'm going to do the bigger size in the red. Okay. So first of all, first thing to do is, again as I said earlier, is to get your buds. Let's do the buds. Now, bit of Trex in your moulds, and then a bit of and I think these are number 6 balls. I'll just try them on the gauge in a second.
Right, I put some butterflies on the drawing. So a few of you come up with some ideas to help me undo it, but it'll be done soon. So
Okay, so this is the number 8 ball of paste, as you can see. 2/3, oops, dropped out. 2/3 above, 1/3 below in the size guide. Again, add a drop of Trex to it. And mould. I'm doing this slightly the opposite way. Only because it was easier to do this way. So, roll it into a ball. And then into like a little bit of a teardrop. Place it in your cosmetic sponge and just place it down. Make sure it's level, and that's where the flexiscoper comes in. You can make sure it's level by placing it on, or you can just go over like that and it just gets rid of the excess for you.
So Anne Reynolds quite rightly said, Nicholas Lodger's videos explaining exactly how to use the moulds, which you can watch over and over again. But do remember that we are Sugar and Crumbs, and we do tune into YouTube as well. And we are putting things into categories, and I'm actually going to put Lee Carroll into his own categories. So anybody who is following these can follow him. Now Nicholas Lodger's moulds are fantastic, we're not going to take that away from him, but sometimes I've watched quite a few of his videos and they can sort of go on a little bit. So without being rude to him, we're just doing a
shorter version.
A shorter version.
Shorter
get
version.
To the end.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can go back to them time and time again.
Yep. So once you've put that in the mould and you flattened it up, make sure there's no bits over the edge or anything. Get your 18 gauge wire. Again, as I said earlier, we cut this in half. And then just bend a loop in the top. This is a 13mm loop. If you look on there you go. Sorry, on the wrong side there. 13mm. And then, once you've done that, you can take this up so it holds as a proper loop at the top there. That way so you can see it, or you can just leave it as it is. I tend to leave them as they are, just saves on your equipment stuff as well. And then just put a bit of the edible glue around the top like that. That's it. Oops. And then this you push down like that and then straighten up, and then with your cosmetic sponge just bring it all back together again. Now that is your first half done, and that's the piece that you now would leave to dry on your foam pad. So just get your foam pad, squeeze it out. I'm not going to do that because I need to use it. Squeeze it out, leave it flat and down, and it would dry. And I've done it the other way around. So this is one I've done earlier. This is the second part of the mould that you would do, which would be in there now, and this piece would be at the top, just to confuse you. And then with a bit of edible glue, just go over the top like that and put that on, squeeze it down slightly, just flex the sides. One thing Nicholas always tells you to do is to flex the sides, because then they come out easier. And there you go, that's just come through slightly. Easy enough to do. And there you go, just smooth your edges together.
That looks fantastic.
And that's your bud made. That's your bud made. And then you just leave this to dry for 24 hours. Fantastic. And when it's dried,
isn't that great, that, ladies?
When it's dried, this is what you get. Obviously I've coloured this ready for but that's one that's been dried earlier.
And did you do, when you coloured it, just exactly the same you did for the Calla lily?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to do them.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do them, don't worry.
And what size wire are you using, Lee?
18 gauge.
18 gauge. And they're absolutely loving this.
Yeah.
So anything you want is on the website. There's a couple of things that I need to add to the wish list because I didn't actually think about them, but I will add them afterwards. And if we run out of moulds, just let me know. Email the office at info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com, or say here, I will order them. They'll be in for Wednesday, Thursday. I'll give you a phone call and then I'll add them to the shopping basket so you can add to them. If you've got an order that you want to take advantage of the sale, place that order, but in the notes write, I'm waiting for a Katy Sue mould, please hold my order, or select click and collect, please hold my order, and we'll come back to you.
Okay, so all I've done with this is now the mould for making the lilies. These two here do the lilies. This is the small one, petal, and that's the big petal. This is the big leaf, and this is the small leaf. Here, these are the statements. These two, those small and large for the T-bar statements, and these are small and large for normal statements. Left entirely with yourselves of what you want to do. I've done both, so you can have a look at both. Okay.
Told you it was organised. And saying how much quicker you are than Nicholas as well, and you say it much more clearly. Very easy to follow. And I have to say, I really like having Lee in the kitchen. Very easy, very organised. And it's all exactly the same as Nicholas wanted to do it, but without the back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nicholas.
Never mind, I learned off him, so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so I've done it
that's
because I can't read the books or anything, so I
Yeah.
have to watch that.
Is he watching tonight, Carol?
Well, you never know, do you? He might not watch tonight, he might watch later.
Later on, he'll be in bed, I think, now, won't he? Okay, so for doing these are the statements here.
No,
We
should be on
do
his afternoon session.
we do these with 30 gauge wire, and you can do them with green or white. Doesn't really matter. So we'll do two of each so you can see the difference. Okay. Now where did I put my... there we go. Okay, so for these ones, these are the T statements here, and to do that you just need to make yourself a little T. And if you just get a pair of tweezers and just bend that over so you make a loop, squeeze it together, do it with your fingers, sometimes it's easier, and then just hold it halfway and bend it back, and there you get your little T. Let me see that sound. You need something a bit darker. Oh yeah, let's try this. Is that better? You can see it on there now. Yeah.
Zoom in a bit.
There you go. You just make like a little T. So basically you just make a loop and then bend it back on itself, and it gives you a T. And that's it. And then for the bigger ones, those are the three. So get yourself, this is coloured in chestnut, which is a nice brown for doing the statements. If you do them into just a small sausage and place them in the mould, just with your fingers or your cosmetic sponge, doesn't really matter, like that. Then get your tea, dip it into your glue and push that into the centre. Stands up on its own. Just pick up the mould. Oops, so it stands up on its own, falls off.
Well, Pamela says she doesn't know what she loves the most, what you're making or your storage and organisation skills.
Did they all see me cupboard?
Is he not like that at home?
Yeah. Okay. As you notice there, as I squeeze it, it comes out, and you need something darker again, don't you, so you can see it. And that's your T one, and you just curve these bits on the end down slightly, and that forms your T ones. And you can do, that's the large one, you can do a smaller one as well.
Caroline Cross says she's making the lilies while she's watching, and she's just made the tea bars.
Yeah, they're dead easy to do really,
Yeah.
especially with 30 gauge wire because it's so flexible.
Yeah.
Okay, for the normal statements, these are slightly different. Again, if you're doing the bigger one, you need a number 3 ball of paste. Just do it in a little sausage again. The only reason for doing the sausage is so it spreads into the mould better, that's all.
Oh, I love this comment. Is that it's much better than in the olden days.
Yes.
Making them with mould.
Yeah, and doing it in between plastic. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm using the green wire this time. Okay, and just the edge of it, dip it in.
And they're all saying they saw your cupboard and can you go round to their houses and sort theirs out? But Nigel seems to have a different opinion of your organisation school.
Oh yeah, well he would, because he doesn't do anything. Okay, so with that then, now again, just slightly flex it, turn it upside down, and it'll pop out. and I don't know if you can see that. Let's go up as close as we can. I'm going to out of focus too much. It's just got the little marks on it for the statement there, and then you just put it back in again, the other side that hasn't got the marks on, and just gently just tap it in like that, and pull it out again, and you get the marks on the other side. And that's your, so that's your stand-up ones, and that's your T-bar ones.
Brilliant.
So you can please yourselves which one you use. Normally the small one has the stand-up statements, and the bigger lily has the T-bar statements. And it's all to do with being oriental and everything as well. So it's entirely left with yourselves what you want to do. So that's the bud.
Pamela wants to see your cupboard as well. Afterwards, Pamela, just go back to the community group, do a search, Lee Carroll, and you'll see all these posts, and one of them is his cupboard. You'll see it come up.
Yeah. And all that is 4 500mm wall cupboards put together with engines.
You put them on wheels?
Yeah, put them on wheels. So these, 4 of these, 2 left the full size to fit in these boxes.
Yeah.
So this box fits in that way. And then the front ones are cut down so the box fits in that way.
And who made them?
A friend of mine who's a joiner.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. My idea, and he made it.
Do you want to see if my finger's loosening up yet? Save me running around.
I think you might find it's going to go, Carol.
It must have moved, you know, because that thing slid.
I think it's just sliding around with us moving it.
Is it?
No.
No, it's not ready yet. Alright then.
No.
Just save you running around
No.
there.
Right, so onto the petals now.
Carol, Lee is using florist wire.
Yep.
So he's used 30 gauge for that one. He's used 18 gauge so far. So ladies, anything that you want, if you go to the Sugar and Crumbs website, if you're using a mobile phone, you'll find you've got 3 little hamburger bars, okay? 3 little bars. Click in there and scroll down so you get to FB Live wish list. Everything that Lee is using is in that wish list, albeit I do need to add a couple of things that he's popped up on me. If you are on your computer, just go to the homepage, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. At the top you'll see FB Live wishlist, and you can drop down to Lee's Live tonight. Everything is in there. If we run out of Katy Sue moulds, let me know, I will order you one. So a couple of ladies have ordered one already, and if you want to place your order because you want to grab things that are in the sale, okay, there's lots of things in the clearance cupboard, go and have a look. Then in the notes put, please save my order to my Katy Sue mould, or select, click and collect, and put the same comments in there.
Okay, so we're just going on to the petal now. This is a small petal. Okay, this is a number 8 small on the size guide. I've added a bit of Trex to condition it, just so you condition it. It just makes it a little bit softer for you. If it's too sticky like it is in here, so it's so warm in here tonight, just put a bit of cornflour on. And then roll this into a bit of a sausage, but like a bauble shape, like that. Okay. Now Nicholas tells you to turn it over, put it on here, then get this piece, make sure it's on the flat, push it down and everything. Don't really see the point. So I just put it in there, push it down, pull it out, and it's more or less filled the mould.
And I saw him do that on the live, and I thought, why do that? Just stick it in, it was on the sunflower.
You're all the flipping and everything, isn't it? Yeah. And then with your cosmetic sponge, just stretch it out. Try and keep the edges as thin as you can.
Did you colour the florist paste?
I did, yeah. It's all white and just coloured with sugar flare colours.
Yeah.
This is just a normal orange, but it does go slightly darker when you use the dust on it.
And Darren Jenkins, these are cupboard shelves that Lee is using. You can buy them from Wilko. You may be able to get them on eBay or Amazon. I do have an Amazon shop, so I'll put the link on there. So I've already put them, I've already made a note for them, cupboard shelves. But if you've got a Wilko next to you, go and have a look in there. They're called cupboard shelves.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen department.
And anybody who orders the Katy Sue, in the notes, make sure you ask for the Templar. I'll make sure they go in anyhow, but just a little reminder for the staff, really.
Okay, so when you put that in the mould and you've thinned it out on the edges, just try and gather it together in the middle there. When you make the carrot, you can put your wire in by putting your wire into the mould with the carrot shape and then put it on. I find it really difficult to keep then the wire in the centre when you're squashing it down and everything. So I do it this way, and Nicholas Lodge shows you to do it this way. He does show you both ways, you know. So do it this way. Just make a bit of a ridge. You can see I've done a little bit of a ridge there, and then with just your edible glue. Nicholas, of course, uses egg white.
Yeah, why does he always use egg white?
He always has since he's been doing his 40 years in the trade, and he's always used egg white apparently.
Right.
You can mark this, by the way. You just use a food edible pen and mark it so that you go like 5 centimetres down. But you know, when you get used to doing it, you sort of know the distance. And then you've got the ridge here. Just put your wire in the ridge and just gently push it up. If you've got your mark on it, you'll know you've gone to 5 centimetres like that. Then just smooth that bit of a ridge out. And with the back vein thing there, turn it round and put it on. Now you don't do this too heavily on the petals, but you do on the leaves. And you see you've got a little V shape there, so if you get that little V level with the bottom of your wire, and just slightly press on, take it off, and as you can see there, there's some veining on the back of your leaf. Turn it over. And this is the heat, I think it's doing this as well. Here it comes. There we go. Just pull it out slightly, and I'll just go onto this blue pad.
Isn't Lee amazing? Doesn't it look great?
There you go. You can see all the details there in that.
Absolutely fantastically.
Yeah. Now, if you turn it over slightly, and just get a ball tool, with the smaller one, you just thin the edges slightly, just ruffle them slightly. This isn't working too good because of the heat. As you all know what it's like with heat. You know, they think it's too soft, the paste.
Or even if you have your ball on the corner.
Oh yes, yeah. And then turn it back over, and then just get this one, can't see the other one. Get your companion tool, just hold it there slightly, and just cup that round there. Okay.
They're all saying how beautiful.
Bend the wire back. It's sticking to my fingers. And the wire back. Okay. And then this is where we're doing my blueprint a bit now. Just going to see the ones I've done earlier. Get in your trays. I don't know if Carol sells these trays.
I don't sell
these
the
are
trays.
PME. These are PME.
Generally, I use kitchen roll. You know the inside of a kitchen roll?
Yeah.
I just use them and cut those,
Yeah.
so I cut them in half.
Feel where your wire's gone into the petal, and then just bend it slightly and put it over. Sorry, I bent the wire the wrong way. Bend it up and put it over there, and just let it sit on there, and that's how you sit to let it dry. Okay, and that's it. That's your leaf, your petal done. And we'll do one more in the big, so you can see the difference. Just put a bit of corn flour on this so it doesn't stick so much. Okay, now I've done that. The big one is...
You try my cake again?
Yeah.
I'll hold it and see if it... In fact, I'll get Simon, can you just go and twist it for me? Oh, near it to me. I just can't have it so soft.
So the big one I've done in red, just so you can see the difference. And it's exactly the same principle. Add a bit of Trex, condition your paste, roll it up, make into a sausage.
When you've done this one, Lee, I need Simon to help me get
Yeah,
the cake out.
okay. Needs to be a bigger sausage. Like that. I think I've used the wrong bowl. Okay.
You were just testing us, weren't you?
Yeah, sorry, I've
See if
used
we
the
get
wrong
this.
bowl of paste there. Let me make sure. This should be a number 10. Yeah, number 10.
So Elaine Lawson says, would it be better to bend the wire back when it's dry?
You can't, because you can't get it on there. Because of the way these are curved.
Right, oh yes.
If you look now, if you look at these, to me, enter it to me. That's it.
Yeah.
If you look at these are straight wires, so you can see that they're not actually on the curve. That's because these are already done and dried. But if your wire's left straight like that, you won't get the curve on your leaf. So you need to bend the wire up out of your way so you can get the curve on the leaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Paul, yes, it's Squire's paste.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I used the wrong ball of paste there in that one. So make into the sausage, get the veiner, the back of the veiner where it's flat, don't use the veiner side. Push it into there like that. Silicone flour on it because it's slightly warm. And then it's exactly the same principle again. Do the edges, bring them out, make sure they're as thin as you can get them on the edges. Use your fingers, form the ridge. In this case you put your wire in slightly more because it's a bigger leaf. 7 centimetres in this one, 5 on the small, 7 on the large. So again, just put some glue on the wire and guide it through with your finger. And always use white, by the way, when you're doing these, because if you use green and it comes through, you'll see it. If you use white, white does actually colour up with the dusting powder later. Okay, again, veiner, the V, level with the wire, gently, not too hard, just to give it a bit of a veining on the back. Turn it over. You can see the wires come through slightly there with that one. Just pull that out, go on a bit more. And it's quite easy, just pull it out and push it back in again. Try and keep it in that central thing there. There we go, that's that one.
Fantastic.
Turn it over onto your pad. And we'll do as Carol says, we'll put some powder on there and get the bowling tool. Some powder on there. Yeah, it does work, she's right. There you go, just ruffle the edges slightly. In this case, you're not doing it so it's just getting wavy, you're actually causing a mark. And then you can just pinch that up with your, I'll put 2 of them down now, I can't find them. With your companion tool, just lift it up slightly, like that. Do that on both sides, so you just lift it up slightly, like that. Again. So, that's that. Now, going to the drying process, if we leave the wire like that, we'll just get the other tray. If you leave the wire like that, like you said, find where it is in the edge and bend it like that. When you put it on, it doesn't curve.
Right.
So, you've got to bend your wire up. Then you get the curve.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Pretty good. Right, can we do the
Yeah,
cake?
we'll try your cake again now, shall we, Carol?
Before it melts. See if there's a twist on it. Is it twisting out? We need a bit of help from Simon.
Can you manage?
You go, Simon. Right.
Next time when I do these, I'll do these in a loose bottom pan because the other one come off so easy.
There we go.
Right, it's off, so it's right. Do you want to put
Straight
it
down.
Yeah, so let me see. I can see my problems, girls, what I did. I won't let Simon take the cam for it, I'll do it.
Wasn't here.
He wasn't there. So I can see already I missed bits. So ladies, this is the one that I did with the buttercream. Do you remember? I've seized it this morning. I was watching the live this afternoon. I thought, oh, Carol, what a fool you are. So, but I thought, you know what, we'll carry on, we'll go with it. So I'm not sure if this is going to come off. Let's see what this looks like. So there you go.
Still good,
It's off.
isn't it?
Yeah, and I did taste it, the buttercream, and it did taste delicious. So it was absolutely fine. But I've missed a massive big bit. So, so look, I missed a bit there.
You can fill
So
that
let's
in.
just
Use
see.
your smoothers, Carol.
Yes, you can. So I did miss a bit, but do you remember when I said I was putting it in, and I thought I did say I think I've missed a bit. So I've missed a bit there, and I've missed a bit there. But even still, look at it, flat top,
Lovely edges,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's perfectly round as well. And then you've got that little ledge there. So yeah. So I'm still going to put it in the freezer, and I'm still going to finish it off on Thursday. So what I'll do is I'll show you what we're going to do with it on Thursday, and then we're going to make some drip with whipping it up, and then some swirls and stuff like that, and make it into a nice pretty cake. And then we'll cut it and taste it, see what it tastes like. But like I say, the buttercream did seize, and I managed to get it back together. But I did taste it. You saw me taste it, and it tasted absolutely fine. Otherwise, I want to put it on the cake. Right, that's me over and done. Sorry, I made another mess. Have you got a
Don't worry,
cloth?
don't worry.
So,
Take
thanks,
a minute.
Simon. Let's go back in the freezer.
At least we managed to get them out this time, Carol. Okay, so the only other thing we need to do now, before we move on to doing the leaves, is the oval and the stipple. Now, they are done with 28 gauge wire. Doesn't matter if it's green or if it's white. 3 pieces. Okay, get them together. I've done, as you know, I cut these and my wires, I cut them into 3s as soon as I get them and put them in these little pots. So I think one of the ladies said they've had too many Chinese takeaways. The floral paste. This is where I need to put my glasses on now. Just break some off. Remember, stretch it. Roughly, doesn't matter exactly, roughly, I can pick them up, and you've got them level, put your tape about 5 centimetres from the top, and then go down, all the way down.
5 millimetres.
Sorry?
5 millimetres.
5 millimetres, sorry, yes, 5 millimetres.
I
said centimetres, didn't I? Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah, I was making sure Simon's not gone to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 millimetres from the top, as Simon corrected me. Go down with your tape, and then with your tweezers or your fingers, really up to you, bend them out into like a tripod, like that. And just don't take them too flat down, just keep them slightly up, so you get that. I don't know if you can see that, might work on this blue board, like that. You see that there? Come just towards me. That's it. Okay, so it looks like the bottom of an umbrella, really. Okay. When you've done that, get your mould. This is going to be the large one. Just test it there. Now that's too big, so clip off a bit.
Just make sure you stand on the camera.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, clip it off a bit, so it's like 2/3 of the way in, which that is. Okay. Make sure you get your bits. You don't want them in your cakes or anything. I've done that many years, haven't I? So, just pre-done the balls. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is number 6. 3/4 of the way in. 2/3 of the way in, I should say, and 1/3 out over there. You see that on the camera. Okay, condition it, and then place it in. Now you see there is too much, but you need your companion tool. Just
don't worry about Simon. They're worried that we might be picking on you tonight.
You're not?
Picking on Simon. We're not picked on you tonight. I think you've had an easy night, don't you, Si?
Yeah, because Karen's not here.
Yeah, we've not mentioned the fact you're only using one finger tonight.
I'm using a lot of fingers tonight to try and cope with the fact that this camera's
he hasn't actually stood still since I've got here.
No, to be fair, bless him, Simon is having a nightmare with the cameras tonight. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're intermittently working. So I don't know if there's a loose wire or something somewhere.
Okay, so when you've done that, flatten it off. Dip the end of your wires in your glue and push them in like that. Then you flex this 3 ways. That way, oops, coming out. That way and that way. So you've got it on all 3. because we're so hot, this is not working very well.
I'm looking forward to some rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
Apparently it says we're getting rain.
Take a bit of that out. Let's try again. That's it. Doesn't help with the Trex, tends to keep it in as well sometimes, so it's supposed to help. So just again push it in like that. Flex it one way, two way, and then you see that was much better. Pulled out, and you get that beautiful little.
That's cute, isn't it?
Oh,
Just to you a little bit, that's it. Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful little umbrella type top. Okay. So now you need to measure from the bottom of that little umbrella 6 centimetres or 60 millimetres. Where's me? Okay, and mark it there. And you'll see why in a second. And I've got another ball of paste. Pre-done.
I know we're begging for rain, and down south there they're
flooded, aren't they?
They're flooded, I know, they're just mentioning it.
Yeah.
And we're as dry as a bone up here, we definitely need some rain.
Okay, so with I think this is number 6 ball of paste, so a third out, 2/3 up. Condition it again. I've got a bit of black off the pen on my hand now, so it's going on the black, but it doesn't really matter if you get any colours on this because you're going to colour it anyway. Do it into a ball, okay. Get your edible glue, and with the green you can actually see, because it makes it darker. Just go all the way up there, and then on the bottom push it up to where your mark is, which is there. Hold it in place. This is a bit of a fiddly job because of the edible glue, or whichever you're using. If you're using, and what you just got to do is slowly, you can see it's going slowly. Get some.
I think with all the with everything drying really hard over the last 2 weeks, when the rain hits it, it just runs off, doesn't it? It doesn't get absorbed by the soil or anything.
No, that's what's. I mean, London, though, I don't understand people. There's a great big pool of water in front of them. They try to drive the car through it. I just don't get them at all. So what we're doing here is we're taking this ball up, and we're just slowly working it up all the way up those 6 centimetres.
So just let me say now, Leah's using white Squire's flower paste, and he's using the colours from Sugar Flare Blossom Tints, and he's used just the orange. And what was the red that he used, Lee?
Just red.
Just the red. There you go, very simple. Red and orange from Squire and from Sugar Flare, and that's all. He's just coloured it with those. And his greens, favourite greens of choice are lime, apple green, and what was the other green?
Foliage.
Foliage green. There you go.
As you can see, slowly but surely, trying to keep the ball at the bottom, we're just slowly working that up.
There's a question there. We have done the marshmallow in whipping it up, toasted marshmallow, but it's not on at the moment. We generally put it on in the winter, so it's just the icing sugar that's on at the moment.
Okay. And then you can see that's gone all the way up. Doesn't matter if your wire is showing slightly, Nicholas says, because you're going to colour this anyway. And then just slowly your finger, just roll it across so you get it flat, and leave the ball there. And then with your companion tool, this is just to help you with your statements more than anything. You can just mark down on the side 6 lines like that, and try and keep the ball as much as you can, and that's it. You just let that dry overnight, and that is how it turns out when it's done.
A bit of work in that though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite fiddly.
You do bend it slightly as well, I forgot to say. Bend it
something
slightly.
that you need to do sort of as a job one night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sit there and make them.
These are, especially if you're doing 4 or 5 of them, you need to get them done. Yeah, and it is fiddly. Just taking it up there is just really fiddly. It's asleep like me. You've got big fingers, and also they're very warm. So that's your ovary and stipple. Okay, and this you colour in a. This you colour in a green. So we're going to do that next when we've done the leaves.
Well, when Simon's finished fiddling around with cameras, I'm just going to ask him. We've got any cordial or pop in the fridge now?
It's gone very warm, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's gone really very humid. I thought that it's cooling down. I sat outside having tea before and I thought, oh, that's nice, it's cooling down.
Yeah.
When you got water?
Water,
How many?
2, well, I don't know whether it's Lee wants one, but
Well,
natural and I
if
want
you don't
one.
mind.
Yeah, 3.
So now then, for your leaves, I'm using the green because the leaves are green. So I'm using 24 gauge wire, and there's 2 sizes of leaves, and these are very, very simple to do. Very similar to how we've just done the petals. Okay, so we've got 2 balls of paste. One is a number 10 for the large one, and one is a number 8 small for the small one.
They love your explanations. So lots of ladies are saying they love your explanations. Very easy.
Just a little bit of tricks just to condition it, and if it gets too sticky then obviously use your corn flour and use it on your mould as well. This is the number 8. Again, we're doing it into like a teardrop sort of carrot type thing, exactly like Nicholas says. He says to do it on the other side, but I prefer to do it this, and you haven't got to mess with your paste too much then. Flatten it out, get your cotton messing sponge and flatten it into the edges. Take it up to the top of the mould, over to the edge. Sometimes it might be easier just to use your fingers in some cases. Bring it to the edge and again form the ridge. 5 centimetres on the small, as we said with the petal. Bit of glue on it and take it in slowly like that. Get your veiner. Okay, turn it over, make sure the edge of your veiner is on where the wire is, and press firmly in this case, where on the petals of course we only just gently did it. And if you look there you can just see you've got all the veining on the back of your leaf. Okay, just get your pad, turn it over and flex it out. Sometimes they do come out a lot easier than other times they don't. Oop, wires come out through there. Okay, turn it over and ruffle the edge just ever so gently. Just ruffle the edge. That is it.
Michelle Shanholm says she's had to use the subtitles because her husband's watching the telly, but you make this so easy to follow and it looks so simple.
Now this is Craig foam. I think you saw these, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, in pink.
Ours are in pink.
Yeah, everything's in pink. I did notice in the warehouse on the demonstration day. Just put that in between so it gives you the little ruffly bit. If you look at one I've done earlier, you can see it's just got a little bit of a ruffly bit.
I like that.
Okay.
Very nice.
Once these have dried, you can dust them if you want to. You can make them darker by using foliage green, dusting paste, and then once you've done that, don't steam them or anything. Just get the spray glaze, PMA spray glaze, and spray it over back and front. And that's it, that's your leaves done. Okay, we'll just do one more quickly. That's the small one we've just done. This is the bigger one.
I'm saying how amazing they look. Wait till he puts them all together.
Again, just condition it up slightly.
So So just a few of you have been talking about the demonstration day on Saturday. If you want to collect your order on Saturday, you must get your order in before 1 o'clock if you want to select click and collect and pick it up at the demonstration day. Otherwise, just use your normal delivery options. And when you're at the demonstration day, if you want to order anything, we're not doing any click and collects because there's no one there to pick and pack your orders. So what we'll do is we'll dispatch them the following day on Monday.
Okay, so again, exactly the same method as your petals. Take it to the edge, use the excess paste to the middle to form a ridge. 7 centimetres in this case, so mark it with a pen if you feel you need to. Put your glue on, follow the ridge you've just made with your fingers, and straight in. You can feel it as it goes through there. Okay, your cosmetic sponge. And then with your veiner, with the V where the wire is, push down firmly. You see there, hopefully it's a bit more detailed on the bigger one. Okay, get your mat or your foam pad, whichever. Okay, slightly a bit too much paste there because I tend to do them a bit too big. Just pull that back if that happens, or just cut it off with a pair of scissors. Turn it over.
Now Michelle, I will ask Lee if he wants to do classes. We're going to do the demonstration day first, but I will talk to him if he wants to do classes.
We discussed it last time, we said we were going to do it, didn't we?
Yeah, so I think it would be good for you to all do classes. My only concern is you would have to watch because you've got a lot of drying time.
Yeah, that's the only thing, whether it's to take a lot of preparation. Okay, so you can see there then that's the big one done. Okay, get your crepe foam. Again, place it on. Make sure you get it in the ridges so it goes across, gives you a little curve. That's it, that's your leaves done.
Perfect.
So, we've done the centre of the steeple. We'll go with the big one first. So we've done the centre, and with the big one we have the T-bar statements. These are all ones I've done earlier for you.
You've shown that fabulous thing that you've made there with styrofoam.
Yeah, that. What, this?
That.
Oh, sorry, this.
Because I can feel that I'm going to have to do a lesson on how to make one of these.
Go through slightly the straws. This is just a piece of styrofoam with straws in it, and then this is magnet to hold your wires on when you actually.
Yeah,
you just stand them in there, and it just helps you to keep them all, in one. Just be careful. In my case, I pushed them through too far. I've got smaller versions you bought last time, if you remember, Carrol.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with that. That was great.
Okay, so we'll start with the red one.
I can see I'm going to have to do a little live on making one of them.
It's dead simple to do, really. Just make sure your styrofoam's soft, because some of it's a bit too hard and your straws bend when you push them through. Yeah. Okay, and I need the green.
So Lee, you're just too good.
Okay, so we start off with the centre, as you would with anything. Start off with the centre, so that's this steeple and petal thing. And that's the darker one, isn't it? That's the lighter one. Yeah. And I've done this with white sugar paste, but you can, if you wish to, just colour your sugar paste in a very, very, very light green. Because this stays green, the whole of this stays green. So just dust it on. I'm using lime green here. All the way over. Just dust it all over. Okay, including the top bit. you go. And I'll just get, because I've done one smaller one as well, so we're doing the two this evening, so I'll just do that one at the same time. A bit more. Okay. Again, just dust it all on. There you go. That's it. Just that on. And with your statements, do these together if you want to. Now, you do these in like a 3-tone. So, you get your wire, make sure you get the right fingers, get your red, do your red at the top of the statement, just leaving about 3 or 4 centimetres from the top white, and then do the rest of it in the green. And that's all you do, your statements. So I'll show you that again on this one, leaving it from the top. If you can see that from the side, yeah. Do the red. Okay, and then the bottom half green. And you do that on all of them, and you need 6. So just to speed it up slightly, I'm just going to do these together. But you can do, these wires are pretty thin, you know, so they don't take much doing. If you just hold them in your dusting powder like that, there you go, just forward them on one go there like that. Okay, so that's the steeples and the petals. Now this is one of the red petals that we did earlier. This is hard, but be careful because these are very, very thin, so you don't need to break them. So make sure you've got enough. Put out your powder. This is just normal red, and can you see the difference it makes by just doing that?
Manny Harvey's just said the birds sound very loud with headphones, but I haven't heard them tonight.
No,
and then I just heard that one then. Yeah. What's that one called? What is it, that type of bird?
I think that might be a dove.
Wood pigeon, I think.
Or, yeah, pigeons, whichever. Okay, have you noticed there that I've just done the sides, there and there, in the red. And then, this is a ruby. This is slightly darker red. Do the centre in the ruby. And do the same on the back. In the centre with the ruby all the way over, and finish all the sides off with the red. Now this is entirely left with yourself, what you want to do and how dark you want these little lumps to look. You can do it in the light green. I don't know what else to call them really. The little marks on the petals, and it's entirely left with you. I find if you do it in the lighter green, if you look, nothing much really shows up. So if you do it in the darker green, try and do it in the apple green and not the foliage green. And just put your powder on and dab it off, and just go over the top of your leaves. Can you see how those little marks now, lumps, whichever you want to call them, on the petals there, are all just showing up. Okay, and that's it, that's all you have to do. Okay, we'll just quickly show you the orange one. Let's move this red out of the way because we don't need that anymore. And this is the same. This is two-tone orange I've got here. I've got sunset orange and tangerine, and if you look, one's slightly darker than the other. So use the lighter colours on the edge and the darker colour in the centre. And if you want to, you can see some of the ones, you can do them in white and then just leave the edge, all this edge here in white, and then just dust up the middle where the little lumps are in your colour, your lighter colour, and then you can leave a white edge, and that gives you that two-tone sort of look.
So some are saying they're called pimples, some are saying they're called spots. And Irish Shuttler says, really enjoying this demonstration. I love doing sugar flowers, and Leah's making it look so easy and explaining it so simply.
Okay.
And that's a general consensus of opinion, and that's why we've booked Lee in. So when are you back again now?
I'm 2 weeks in August, aren't I? Is it the 9th and then the 23rd, something like that? I can't remember now.
So he's got 2 sessions in August. He's going to be doing the demo day on the 11th of September with Georgie Godbold. Georgie Godbold will be first, Lee will be in the afternoon, and then we've got him booked in every weekend.
Every month. Every month,
except for, is it October we can't get in, or is it September? September can do the demo day, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting that. Yeah.
So September can do the demo day, but we can't
do
get
it
in on
live. Yeah.
Can't do Thursdays, he's in work.
I have to work at 2 o'clock on a Friday morning. Although I've got a week off and being in hospital tomorrow.
Do it?
Yeah.
Do you want to smell it?
I've got rheumatoid arthritis,
Right.
and I've got some lumps that are coming off the bone of my thumb, so they're going to chisel them out.
Oh right, that's going to be fun for you, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm hoping to be back at work in 2 days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, oh okay.
I'm hoping to.
Hardcore, isn't it? Only tough. He thinks.
Yeah. Same principle then with the orange one. Lighter orange on the edge, darker the tangerine in the middle, and then the foliage green over the little lumps, and that gives you your petal for that. Okay?
So I've just seen a comment, do we sell these dusts? Yes we do.
Yep.
And they're actually on offer at the moment. So like I say, go to the clearance cupboard, have a look in the clearance cupboard, start putting things in your basket. If that's all you want, select your shipping option and check out. If you want to collect them on Saturday, select click and collect, so you can collect them on Saturday if you have the demonstration day. And if you're waiting for other molds, select your shipping option, but then put in the notes that you're waiting for a mould for me to buy in. And if that mould then takes you over to free shipping, just select click and collect.
Right, so that's all the dusting done, and that's all you need to do. And the good thing about doing it on this kitchen paper then is you can just chuck this away.
Yeah.
And get all out you
We're very neat, tidy work here. Did you like that at home, Nigel?
Yes.
Yeah, that's much.
When I'm cooking, I always have a bowl full of hot water, soapy hot water, and I empty a saucepan, I wash it.
Yeah.
Put the food out on the plate and then wash it. I
must
can't be
admit-
doing with mess.
No, I must admit, when I cook, I clean up as I go along. When John cooks, it's every pan and utensil we can possibly get out.
Okay.
No, I haven't cooked in 18 years, but I did cook last Wednesday when John went to Ireland. Yeah. I was actually I was traumatised, and then I did cook myself a nice steak. I was actually amazed.
So we'll start with the smaller one. You need to do 6 leaves, which I've already pre-done. You need your 6 statements and your whatever you call it. I can never pronounce it right. Okay, you need your floral tape,
Yeah.
and in this case,
Stem text.
you need some floss.
We don't sell floss, ladies. You'll have to pick that up.
Yeah, you get it from Welco's or somewhere like that. Now, what you do with the floss is, it's only because it's thinner and it's stronger, it just helps you to do the centre. So, with your floss, wrap it round your centre, as tight as you can.
All right, Louise, and I've got you on the list as well, so don't worry, I'll call you.
Cut off your end bit, It's quite strong, as you know, because it cleans out the centre of your teeth. And then you remember me saying when we did these that we get those 6 little ridges, and this is the purpose for them. So you put them one of your statements just so that they're slightly below the top of that. Wrap your floss round it as tight as you can, and you've got 6 of them. Just go round in all those little ridges that you did. Going round.
Oh, I can see now what you mean. So those little edges, you're actually resting it in, aren't you?
Rest it in.
How clever's that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's proper clever that, isn't it? I'm well impressed.
They just rest into the lines that you've done.
Well, we've got Elma Vega, who's just joined us from Houston, Texas. Hello, Elma.
Can you just try and work slightly this way?
Towards you.
Yeah, you would just drop it off the bottom sometimes.
Sorry, I do tend to do it close to the body sometimes. So all them little lines that you put in with your finger when you made it, when it was soft, just fit these into them, and then just go round with your, what do we call this? Flossing tape. Yeah, floss. Like that. Okay, and the only reason we're using that is 1, it's strong, and 2, it isn't very thick, so you're not going to have a bulk. I'll go a piece here. And get a bit of your floral tape and just go round.
And just remember, with your floral tape, you've got to stretch to release the glue.
Yep, stretch it and release. I'm only going around the top there because at this point now, we just need to push them out like that. You see that?
Oh, fantastic.
Oops, I'm too far up now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
Love that.
And then, in this case, I'm just going to cut this. Get your, no, I'll leave them all, be easier. Get 3 of your 18 gauge wires and add them to this. Get your floral tape, which tends to now try and stretch till it splits on there. And the reason for the 3 is because it gives you more of a circle. So, and lilies tend to have quite a thick centre stem. Start at the top and go down. Doesn't matter about your floss. You'll flex it. I'm not doing it really close together here. It's just basically to try and secure everything together. Then you'll start again at the top. Go all the way down.
Do remember to keep stretching your tape to release the glue so it sticks, otherwise it'll just slip off.
Yep. That wasn't a bad guess, was it? All the way down there.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
That's very stable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay. Some bits. Get some more floral tape now. I use half-wet floral tape for this, by the way, everybody. And now you just put your petals in.
If you want half it, we don't sell half it, but we do sell the tape cutter.
I was going to say there's cutters, isn't there?
Yeah, so you can put it through the cutter, but do be very careful with that cutter, it's very sharp.
Sharp. I don't like them, I'd rather... I just think they make a mess of your tape, really. Okay, so put your first one in, go round.
I've never used one myself, but I know we have loads of tutors who use them, quite like them.
Yeah.
It's just personal choice, isn't it? But we only sell the full width, we don't sell the half tape. So if you've got a tape cutter, you can then cut it to what you want.
Just bend these slightly back as you're putting them in. So that you've got 3 then there.
I love that, that's very easy. I say you've made this look as though I could do this, Lee.
You could, Carol. Be much better than buttercream things you do. Sugar flowers are coming back in again now.
No.
And then your other 3 flowers that sorry, I'm moving out of your way, Simon, aren't I? You go in between.
Okay. Do I need to move the camera a bit?
It's me, I'm going out that way.
Watch watching Simon chasing you about. I know what it's like now. He's having to chase me and Karen
I'm just
around.
going to do that.
Okay, you can then see the lily forming. 1 to go, 6 petals. You can move these around as well as you go along.
They were just saying naughtily.
What?
Eh? With a little pop at me there.
Oh,
Eh? Oh, that was it. You're going
You
to
know,
the now.
I've never been a lover of buttercream, to be truthful with you.
I've never been a lover of sugar flowers.
No, well, it's each to their own, isn't it?
No.
Donna Jaffrey says Carol's pretty good at buttercream flowers.
Oh yeah, very good.
Aren't you, Carol?
I watched the demonstration day live because she did it live.
And she's put about my irises. They were very good.
Yeah.
You're
I'd
not
love
in
to
the-
be able to do
You're
them, but
not
I
in my
just...
buttercream flowers class,
No,
are you? Where I
no.
show everybody else to make them. Sometimes well, most times I teach myself in the same class. Anyway,
I've been doing
this
it good.
looks
I have
fabulous.
actually ordered the nifty nozzles. I've got them on order, so
Oh,
I'm going to give it
bother
a go.
showing you. Oh, thanks team. Look, they're all coming in now.
Oh, they're all
Your
sticking
flowers
up
are
for you
beautiful,
now.
Carol.
I didn't say they weren't.
Eh?
Sorry, there we go. I'm too
That
far.
is beautiful, Lee. I have to say, that is stunning. And
Okay.
you've made that look very, very easy.
And then, just with your... you can cut this off to whatever length you want it. I think I'm going to go with that.
I have to say that is stunning. Isn't that fabulous, everyone? Don't
Okay.
worry, I'll still give out the compliments. I'll trip him up as he goes down the pan.
Stand that in there a second. And then the buds that we did earlier, just get
They absolutely love it.
your 3 buds and...
And Elaine Norton says no one can have a pop at our buttercream queen. Hey? No, myself. I'm the
I know.
queen.
Okay, so just get your leaves and your buds, your floral tape.
Well, they're all
Stop.
saying how stunning it is and absolutely beautiful. They absolutely love it. And I have to say, I can see these here and they are stunning. So wait till you come to the demonstration day. All these cakes will be coming there for you to have a good look at.
Yeah. Start with your small bud and a small leaf, and then your medium bud. Just bend them slightly so that you can take them round, and then you can put in a larger leaf the opposite side. Your tape's getting stuck together now. Okay.
Don't tell you to watch the step. You can have another lump then they can get off in the morning.
Okay, and then your bigger bud further down.
Lee, that looks fabulous.
I'm just going to wrap that round because my tape's gone all hanging. I'll put some more on.
I will tell you, lilies are one of my favourite flowers. And they match, look at your colours, they match my bouquet of flowers in the back there.
I was trying to get them similar to you. You had a bouquet of lilies, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
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 So that's what I was thinking of.
But look at the colours in that background there, of that bouquet of flowers at the back.
Okay, when you've done your 3 buds and a couple of leaves, just
Right.
try and make sure you do this tape tight, because otherwise they swing round and it just gets a bit annoying. Okay, like that. Let's get them back.
And I agree with Karen Naylor. It's any wonder that wedding cakes are so pricey when you consider the work that goes into these floral displays. And people don't realise, do they?
No.
They just don't realise. They just think you can knock up a quick one. We will show you what moulds Lee's using again. So once he's done this, put it all together, we'll get all the moulds out so you can see them all. And then if we haven't got them in stock, if we've sold out, all I need is a name off you, which ones you want. And the best way to do that is emailing. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, so just go down your bud stems. You don't want them too close. and then bring in your lily that you've just made.
That's stunning.
And just be careful when you're going round with your tape, because you curved of your lily. And try and, as Carol says, stretch and pull.
I'm really
I was so laughing when I was watching the demonstration day.
Oh, have you not heard Alice?
No, well, of course I aren't in your classes, am I? So I hadn't heard you do it before. Oh, I was laughing.
Was you laughing how they all knew it?
They were all doing it. Stretch, pull, stretch.
Oh, they all know the chant.
We've just been away for 2 weeks in our motorhome in Barmouth, and we're out and about doing things and what have you. And I'm saying to Nigel, come on, gotta get back. Carol's on.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay,
squeeze, stop, pull.
that's it. Squeeze, stop, pull.
Yeah.
And squeeze, stop, pull, or something like that, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And then onto the cake. Squeeze up, relax. I think that's what I say. What do I say, Simon?
Squeeze up, relax.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I forget. But I was impressed with all the ladies following after. They all knew the chant.
I'm actually watching everything going on, and I'm thinking, now what's that lady doing there? Because I didn't know who was who, because I'd missed the introductions.
Yeah.
And the lady got up and walked off, and then came back with a set of the nifty nozzles.
Yeah.
And I take it that's Karen Neely.
May have been, yeah.
Yeah. Because she went off into the warehouse and come back. I know Viv was, because she was sitting behind you, so
Yeah,
I knew.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Viv was helping out for the day.
Yeah, because I've spoken to Karen on the phone, because we're having a nightmare. For some unknown reason, although I've got exactly the same details on my PayPal account as I have on your account, they're not matching up, so they won't let me pay by PayPal.
Right.
And we were talking to Karen Naylor about it on the phone. We were trying to sort it out.
So Elaine Lawson, I've got you down for a lily mould. And what's the stencil?
I think she means this, does she? With
What?
the sheet.
Do you mean the
The
template?
template. There we go. So you've got your moulds there. Can we see that, Simon? Yeah. Oh, I mean, this way slightly. You've gone too far, Lee. There you
I
go.
put the templates in all of them. Isn't that beautiful, ladies?
Okay.
Isn't that absolutely stunning?
And I've previously, just take that out.
Yes, Lee, it was Karen Naylor, she said.
Yeah, I thought it was. Previously done some
Did
buds
you see
there.
Karen sing?
Yes, I saw her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she did John
With
very
Debbie.
well.
You thought she did John very well?
Yeah, she did John very well. Yeah.
John hadn't seen
Just
it
put
yet,
that in
so
there,
that's it.
and then we'll quickly do the red one for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, look at that, you're getting two of these put together. Red
Okay.
one as well. Yeah, her and Debbie Hargreaves were incredible. It really surprised me with Karen getting up. Really surprised me.
Well, she got up and walked behind. I thought, what's she going to do? And then she's done.
Yeah.
And she did John bit. I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I was
I know, I
wetting
was
myself
wondering.
laughing now.
Yeah, I wondered where she was off to.
Well, I saw your face. You looked at her enough to say, what's going on here?
Exactly.
Okay, so again, with this one, you're still having trouble, Simon?
So Gemma, the list I'm putting together is, some ladies want me to order the mould, the lily mould tonight. So I just need to check with them. I'll have to call them all tomorrow and just double check, because Lee has used 2 lily moulds, so I just need to check 3 lily moulds. So I need to check which ones everybody wants. So I'll be getting Karen Naylor to call you all tomorrow, so double check which ones you want before I put my order in.
So same principle then. These are the T statements. These ones are in the little lines that you made. Using your dental floss, go round. And do 6 of them. Go round. And these you can pull up, so don't worry about them. You know, if they're too high up, you can pull the stem down. If they're not high enough up, you can pull them the other way. So they do move quite good with this dental floss. And Nicholas does tell you to use this as well. So everything I'm doing is what Nicholas Lodge tells you to do, but I'm just doing it in a shorter version.
And one can all understand.
Yeah. Because we do tend to go off on little statements about flowers and then go on to other flowers and things, and it does tend to get a bit confusing at times. And again, just go all the way round. You can tie it off and cut the floss off if you like. I just leave it dangling, and then add the 3 wires to that with the floral tape.
So what I'll do is I'm going to do a list now. I've seen that Elaine said she'd like both the lily moulds. What I'm going to do is do a list. I've got 4 people on my list at the moment who want moulds. I will get Karen Naylor to give you a call in the morning and double check what you want. I'll put my order together for you.
Okay, and then add your
What was that with the PayPal then, Lee?
My PayPal's got all my details on it, obviously.
Yeah.
And I use it all the time. And it's exactly the same details I've got on your account, which I've set up.
Yeah.
But for some unknown reason, it keeps saying they're not the same. Got the same telephone number, same address and everything, but it just keeps saying it's not the same. So it won't let me buy. So I have to keep using my credit card.
That's strange, that isn't it?
I know.
Do you know, but
Karen couldn't work it out.
No, I've had a couple of ladies say that they've not been able to place an order, and I've rang them. I've said I'll do it for them. I've gone in, placed the order. They've given me the card details. It's gone straight through.
Yeah.
And they're flabbergasted on the phone because I've only put in the basket what they've said.
Okay, this again, I'm doing exactly the same. I've added the 3 wires after I've done the centre, just to make it a thicker. I'll just cut that off because it's getting in my way. And then all the way down, do as tight as you can so it stops your petals from moving.
So Teresa Power says, Lee is a brilliant teacher, so easy to follow that what he's explaining. The other man, Nicholas Lodge, seems to waffle on so much and it can get a bit boring, but with Lee it's so much more enjoyable. Well, it's why we brought Lee in here, to be fair. So thanks for that. I'm sure...
Thank Karen Griffiths, it was her suggestion.
Was it Karen? Was she on the phone? Yeah.
When I was on the live, and finally, because I've been watching you for God knows how long, you never said a word, because you couldn't get in sometimes, could you, to say anything, because our ladies like their own little conversations. And
I missed that. Run that back me again.
you can't get a word in edgeways when the ladies are having the conversations.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's been loads of conversations going on early doors here and I couldn't get anything in.
Yeah.
So, you'd like to do all the hellos and how are yous and everything first. That's why we like the full 2.5 minutes so they can get it over and done with, but something happened with Simon's video today.
Okay, so again, starting with the moulds, using an 18 gauge wire with floral tape. Start with your small. We start with the small. No matter what you're doing, whatever flowers you're doing, always start with the smallest bud and the smallest leaf.
Oh, that's a good tip. See, I would want to flower up and then start adding the buds. So that's good.
No, Nicholas always says to do that. So that's the
Well,
small
your nan
bud.
says, what are you saying about them then?
No, I'm not saying anything about them. Oh dear. Gosh, you have to be careful, don't you? You have to be careful. I can understand where you come from now, Simon. I do hear you. So. That needs to go a bit further down. Okay. Sometimes the only thing with sugar flowers is 2 hours sometimes isn't quite enough, is it?
No, but you're doing very well. We've got 10 minutes to go.
Oh well, that's all right.
And don't forget, we've taken 10 minutes out for me to get me release me cakes.
Release me cakes. It sounds like they've been in prison. So there's only 2 sizes of leaves. So start with a small leaf and then go on to a big one. And do as many leaves as you're doing buds. So if you're putting 3 buds in, put 3 leaves in. If you're putting 4 buds in, put 4 leaves in. But obviously, you know, do it symmetrical. Nicholas always suggests that the buds should be uneven numbers. So do 3, 5, or whatever. Leaves should be even numbers.
I do that for on my buttercream flowers, all my berries and buds are uneven numbers. Anyhow, what I was going to say is just let me give you a rundown of what's going on this week. So tomorrow night you've got Tracy Mann. She will be on at 6:30. And then on Wednesday we've got Claire Corbett in the kitchen at 8 o'clock. So she'll be in, she's going to be doing stripe cakes. I think she's doing 3 different types of stripe cakes. And I saw an email before, I'm a bit in a panic because apparently I've got to make 3 lots of sponge cakes tall. So I think I'll be doing a quick phone call to Sweet Success.
You know, there you go, that was the name. So Nigel was asking me where you got the cupcakes from. I said, Carol doesn't bake, she doesn't like baking.
Well, I used to love baking, but since I've had Karen here, I don't bother anymore. So I've been making a phone call to Sweet Success to get them in. And then, so we've got Claire Corbett in on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And of course, she's going to be talking to you about a class that she's got with us next week. And then Thursday morning, there is no live with Tracy Mann. She's got a lot of weddings on, but I might throw in a sneaky. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see how I feel about it.
It'll be whipping it up or the flavoured icing sugar. She might do macaroons if you ask her nicely.
Shut up. So there's that. So don't be surprised if I do pop up, but it will be an impromptu live. I am in on Thursday night and I'm going to complete the 2 cakes that are in the freezer. On Friday, there is no live on Friday because we need to set up for the demonstration day.
And Karen isn't here.
And Karen isn't here, so we've got to go down the warehouse, get it all set up again. On Saturday, I did ask Simon, I haven't told him this yet, but he didn't answer. I have asked Simon to stream on Saturday, but we don't need him to because we sat with the iPad so you can enjoy your Saturday off, Simon. But basically, I rested the iPad on my shelf and it worked fantastically.
Oh, I just thought that was
Did you see it,
I did have a quick look.
Yeah. It looked alright, didn't it?
Seemed fine.
And then Karen did the same, and we've had a lady volunteer. So on Saturday, Marion Frost is going live at 11 o'clock, and then at 2 o'clock we're going live with Karen Davies, and that's us done then. And then I will be back in the kitchen again, exhausted on the Monday. Not sure what you're going to get out of me, and the whole game starts all over again. And then I'm going to take a week off and I'm going to put the same trip to Karen Griffiths when she comes back.
So yes, as I was saying, that's live when I did actually say, can you stop saying ladies because there are some gents.
I know. There's a few gentlemen watching tonight as well. So Paul the Ball Baker is watching. I missed a few people. Oh, Peter Herons, but I think that's actually Louise Herons who's watching, to be fair. And then in a couple of weeks, my son is coming up, Ryan the chef. He is coming up, I think he will be up, in fact I've just booked a date in with him actually. So he's up for 2 weeks and he said, would you like to watch him cook for me? So nothing to do with cake making. So I'm going to ask Simon if he'll do the camera, so Simon will get fed that night. Oh, you're away, aren't you? So
Simon's not doing the cameras.
Simon won't be doing the cameras. One of the girls will be doing the cameras, and it will just be that Ryan will cook a meal for us, and he'll cook it from scratch, and it'll be a bit of a conversation, a bit like Saturday morning.
Saturday morning live. So we're doing a sort of James thing. What's his name? James.
Like a James Martin.
Martin, that's it. Yeah, James Martin.
And that's going to be the 11th of August. We're going to do that, which is our Josh's 19th birthday, as it happens.
I'll have to watch that, Carol. Sorry, butting in there, aren't I? My all-time thing was to be a chef when I was.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, my eldest grandchild will be 19 on that day, but he's in Mallorca on holiday. But like I say, Ryan will be home, so we're going to do it on the live. And if he has asked me to ask you guys to put some suggestions forward on what you would like to see him cook. But I think I'm just going to leave him to do it because he's got some great menus. And then I'll invite. I don't know whether John will come on live and eat in front of everybody, but I think I'll ask Karen Griffiths to come and join us and put Terry or India on the camera.
There we go. There's the red one.
Aren't they stunning? Aren't they absolutely stunning?
Okay.
Hey.
And put that in there.
Absolutely stunning.
And with the buds that I made earlier,
I'll ask him about Ollie the Chalk, actually.
I heard about this, Ollie.
Have you heard about Ollie? Oh, Ollie's very nice. Yeah.
And all the ladies were saying something about on his Instagram he was running around in his pants or something.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised with that one. So Maria Stevens, I'm not actually sure how much the moulds cost, but if you go to info.sugar, in fact, if you go to our website and just tap it, go down to Katy Sue, and there's a section, go to brand Katy Sue, there's a section that says Flower Pro. If you go there, you'll see the cost of all the moulds. So Lee is actually going to go through loads of the moulds. So let me tell you what he's doing when he's in next week, in a couple of weeks. So Lee is back in on the 16th of August, and he will be making peonies on the 16th of August. And then he's back in
23rd, isn't it?
23rd, the week after. And he's going to be making sunflowers. He's going to do a better job than I did. So you'll be seeing him make the sunflowers. And then in September, he's actually on just the demonstration day on the 11th. So you'll see him on the Saturday. Do you know what you might be making on that
I thought
day?
you just said the forget-me-nots.
The forget-me-nots, that's it, yep. So a bouquet little forget-me-nots, we'll do those. And then he's back in October. Let me just see what date it's in for October.
Isn't October the one I'm not doing?
No, we've got you in October.
Oh yeah, that's right.
On Monday the 11th of October, and he's going to be making poppies just in time for Remembrance Sunday.
Yeah.
So poppies in October, and then
November I think we're doing weddings, are we?
yeah we are. So let me just have a look. He's going to do foliage and hellebore.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then December we're going to do poinsettias.
Poinsettias, yeah. So that's Monday the 20th, poinsettias.
Just,
So he's in every month apart from September, but he's doing the demonstration day instead. And the only reason he can't do Thursday nights, but we've got a tutor in every Monday. So we're going to go through the moulds so that you can see them, and I'm going to take a list. I've got 4 ladies who want moulds because I'm not sure what stock I've got. I've got to be honest, I didn't really look at anything, so I will. What we haven't got, we can order. So Lee, that is fantastic, and I absolutely love it.
Okay, so and if you want to, if you just get some burgundy sugar flare dust with some dripping solution, and just very carefully with a very thin brush, dip it. You can just brighten up your little dots.
Yeah.
With a bit of, do burgundy, or you can do it in black. Burgundy shows up just a little bit more in the colours with the orange and the thingy. So Carol's favourites apparently, so there you
They
go.
are absolutely lovely. Thank you very much.
I bought that vase especially for you.
Oh, have you? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well,
Come all the way that
that's
house from Port Maddox.
I have to say they're stunning, really stunning. So Lee, what we need you to do now is the ladies want you to go through very slowly with the moulds.
Yep.
And I will get the price list up. So any ladies who want moulds, there's 2 ways you can tell me on this live, and you can tell me via email. So info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com.
Just what I've used tonight, yeah.
Yep. Well, you can bring out all the ones you're going to use over the next few months if you want. But let's do what we're doing tonight first.
Okay.
So what Lee used tonight is, let me get the website up a minute, and then I can tell you the prices. So just hold on a moment. So Katy Sue. So Flower Pro. Right, so Lee, do you want to get your first one up?
Yep, okay, so the first one we did, the first flower, which only took about 10 minutes to do, was the Candelilly, and that's done with the Katy Sue Candelilly and Tulip Leaf Veiner and Texture set, which is these two.
$19.99, that one. So it's $19.99. It's a very big mould. You can see how big Lee's hands are there, so you can see how big those moulds are.
Because it does go up, if you remember with the
Template.
it goes up to an extra large.
And I'll print these templates off and put them in for you as well. So that's $19.99. So we're still in stock on the website, so you can order it on the website. But just in the order notes, please ask for a template. Okay, so they're still in stock at the moment, and they're $19.99. So if we run out, let me know, and then I can order one in for you. what I will do is the names I've got so far, I will give you a call tomorrow. So what's the next one?
The next one then is the lily buds. That's this mould. I think that's slightly cheaper if I remember right. I can't.
So we found the lily buds. So the lily buds is $14.99.
Yeah.
Lily buds.
And obviously that does your buds, and you've got your small, medium, and large buds there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one then is.
It's the lily mould and vena.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and that's two parts. I think this is 19.99.
This is $19.99.
Yeah. Okay, so that does your petals, your leaves, your stamens, and your stigma and ovary, and then you've got your vena for the top. Okay. Along with them, of course, there are other things that you just need to use.
30 gauge.
Yeah.
18 gauge.
18 gauge, 30 gauge, and 24 gauge wires.
24 gauge wires.
All come in 14 inches length, so if you find they're too long, cut them in half. I'd cut the big ones and the thicker ones in half, where the smaller ones, the thinner ones, I cut into 3.
Yeah.
They just work a little bit better
Then
that
you
way.
need Stemtex tape.
Yep.
Stemtex tape, okay. And we do that in various colours. We do that brown, olive green, moss green, white. So you do need that, and you'll need a tape cutter if you want to thin it down.
Yeah. Or you can cut it with scissors as well. You probably can cut it, but it's a bit fiddly.
Just get a bit of glue on your scissors, that's all.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other thing that we use is the size guide, the flexi scraper, and the companion tool. I think it's about.
all as one set there.
Yeah, I think it's $9.99 or something like that. I think,
Yeah, it is. It's $9.99.
Yeah.
I am out of stock of that though, so I'd have to order that special.
Yeah, only because you need obviously to know your side balls, paste, and that. And a good thing to get if you can afford it, and I think they're about £18. I think are the books.
Yeah, the books. Now, the books, so let me just tell you about the books, because what's happened during COVID, they did a rerun of the books, the printers, and we've had it done before. When the books first came out, they were $14.99, and then they've gone up to $16.99.
Yeah.
But during COVID, with everybody working from home, when they did a printout, that somebody ordered the books with $14.99. They are $16.99. I've been charged for the price to go with $16.99. I have spoke to the supplier. I did have one lady kick off big style. I really thought it was very unreasonable, to be fair, because the supplier did tell her the same information. It wasn't a con, it was a genuine mistake. I think during COVID, I've done it the same. We've gone to reorder things completely. We did it with gift vouchers earlier this year. We ordered the gift vouchers, forgetting to ask him to put the terms and conditions on the back. We've done it with compliment slips as well. We used to have a double folded compliment slip. Now we just have a single one printed both sides. We've done that. We've ordered the compliment slips and ended up having to have the big one. So just a simple mistake. So the books, I'm not sure how many books I've got in stock. But anybody who wants anything, if you go to info, I've got Simon's put it up on the screen, info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com. Just write there what you want, okay? I've got a list of people that I already know to call tomorrow, and I'll get everything in. So what else was going to be said there?
The other thing is I'm just steaming the dust, as you all know.
So I personally, if I was you, just so that you're not having to spend all your money at once, you know what, if you're involved in these, buy one set of flowers at a time. Leah's coming in every month to do flowers. You qualify for free delivery on orders over £40 anyhow. So, just take your time with it. You don't need it all away. So, all it says, all together. So I've gone through the flowers that we're making next. So it's, yes. So Leah's using the PME steamer, but I can't get any of PME at the moment. So I've just put the cake lace steamer on the website now. Of course you can use the kettle if you want to. Some people do, it's entirely up to you. You can use a closed steamer if you've got a closed steamer, it's personal choice, okay?
Just be very careful with the kettle because it burns your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, they're just steamed up now nicely.
Let me tell you another thing, the sunflower has got the leaves in for the Calla lily. So those people who've got the sunflower mould, okay, and I know lots of you bought that, the leaves that come with the sunflower leaves you use that for the Calla lily as well. Yeah. Now, over the next slide that Lee will be doing is
Peonies.
peonies. All right. So there you go. So on my list of people to call, just so I know I've got them, I know one lady's had to leave already. Louise Williams, Maureen Smith, Michelle Shellhorn, Elaine Lawton, and if there's anybody else I should know about, please let me know and we can give you a call tomorrow. Yeah? Or we'll message you on Messenger. Right. Okay, Lee?
Yep.
They've had a fantastic night tonight. So if anybody wants to, before we say goodbye, does anybody want to say anything?
Haven't we got to sing happy birthday?
Oh, we certainly have, yeah. So I just want to say thank you to Simon, because he's worked really hard tonight. And if you've noticed, I've only made a comment once about one finger, but to be fair, I was out of order for doing that, because he's had to use his whole hands tonight, and his back, and his legs, and everything else. This poor man's been everywhere. He's really earned his wages tonight. So you should give Simon a round of applause. He definitely deserves that.
But I do have to apologise that I haven't been able to answer any YouTube comments.
No, I know. So we won't worry about that. And then they're all watching Facebook anyhow, don't they?
Yeah.
They do the comments on Facebook anyhow. And then thank you, Nigel, for being so patient in the kitchen. So he's been very good here. Drove Lee up here, helped him unpack, got everything in. And Lee, you've been an amazing star as usual. And you know what? You are a funny man. You do make everybody smile.
Did you get the hair, ladies? I had my hair done today. 6 hours in the hairdressers. This was a perm when I came out.
So what I do want to say is your way of teaching is fabulous, and I like Nicholas Lodge, I get on with him, but I will say I've watched Nicholas Lodge's videos. They are very long-winded. He uses a lot of tools you don't need to use. We've had this conversation, and that's why I like Lee coming in. So he will condense it down to an easier format for you. So I think you're going to love following Lee. And on YouTube, we're going to give, we have little sections on there. We're going to give Lee his own section on there. So anybody who wants to keep Lee's videos, you can go back to them time and time again. I'll get the girls to set it up tomorrow. All right? So, are we ready for our happy birthday?
Oh, yes.
You all got your tonsils ready, girls? Are we ready? So
it?
it's Jean Andrews, okay? And it's her birthday today. I don't know if she's still here, but anyhow, let's give her a big sing-song.
Just the one.
So, are we ready?
Yep.
So,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jean. Happy birthday to you.
Yoo-hoo! So that's us over and done with. We will see you on Wednesday night with Claire Corbett in the kitchen. And if you can start putting all your love hearts up and clapping your hands and smiley faces for Lee as we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.